Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I have my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. For the month of October, I have these two photos, which are almost the exact same photo, except for this, you can see the nose of the airplane, and with this one, you see a little bit more of the engines. So, let's see what I can do. Okay, the first thing I do is take this globe paper and cut out half of the globe. I mean, like, I'm sure this would be a great layout using the paper as is, but I really wanted to use part of the globe on this paper, so that's what I do. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do the same thing again with the other half of the globe and just have it coming from an opposite direction. I'm not sure yet. I'm just not sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see if that does something else, or I wanted to see if the globe actually met up completely, and it doesn't exactly match up. So it's not going to be a layout that I do, like, to have the globe on the other side of the on the other side of this layout. You know what I'm saying? My words are failing me right now. So I do know that I have to cover up the flat part where the globe does not exactly go. And I decide that I want the nose of the plane, like that better photo up top, and the engine better photo down at the bottom, because it just makes sense to me. Now, I am super excited to be using these wild asparagus stickers. I loved wild asparagus, and I'm pretty sure it was a My Mind's Eye brand. I just loved their papers, their embellishments. It was right up my alley. So I'm just making sure that I am going to use it on this page. And I totally don't mind mixing florals with airplanes or maps or anything like that. I think florals are one of those all-encompassing decorations that you can use anything on a page for. Kind of the same with hearts or stars, but not butterflies, people. Butterflies are weird. And I have to say, like, I feel, this is on a completely different note of what is going on with this layout, but I feel like I have used butterflies on layouts without being pressured, without being challenged, and like, there it is, guys. Like, I've done it. So I have plenty of layouts in my albums that have butterflies now. So I feel like I can legitimately complain about butterflies because I've scrapbooked enough with them. Before, it was kind of like that's not something I do, but now I've done it, so now I feel like I have a more of a right to complain. Who knows? But anyway, they're my albums, so I'm going to do what I want, and please, for your albums, you do what you want as well. Now, I trimmed down the photos just ever so slightly, so that they would fit on those 6x6 papers. This is the reason why I love 6x8 paper pads. You don't have to trim down your photos to be able to see anything. So I made sure on the nose of the airplane photo that I trimmed more the other side, and the engine of the airplane photo, I trimmed more of the nose off. So I'm totally okay with that. Now, I am going to fussy cut this out, this airplane with the sun. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the sun. It's this bright orange ball. And I almost cut off the orange ball because I didn't want to introduce orange, because I already have black and white and blue and red and gray. So, I mean, I've already got all of these colors on there, but I leave the orange on there, and I bring in even more orange because, you know, what else are you going to do? I didn't want to cut it off. I really like the way the plane looks with kind of that bright ball of sun there. So, you know, I just went with it. Now, fussy cutting, big, huge tip for fussy cutting: use scissors that feel good in your hand. And then when you need to get in there, like that really tight little corner in there, do you see those cute little Heidi Swap tiny scissors I have? They were on the give and take table at retreat, and I took them, and I love them because just getting in those very tight little corners, it's just nice to use it. But like I said, when you're fussy cutting, use scissors that feel good in your hand. You definitely don't want scissors that are awkward to hold, or it's going to be harder to fussy cut. And then move your paper, not your cutting hand. So as you can see, now my wrist does move slightly, but everything else, like it's mostly my left hand that is moving the paper and everything else. It's not my right hand, which my scissors go in. And then, like I said, here I am just getting in those tiny, tiny little places where my normal scissors don't fit exactly. So it just gives it a little bit more of a crisp detail. So I am thinking about putting the airplane here, and then I'm like, okay, I've got this orange. I need to figure out what else I'm going to do. So I pull out my little embellishments, and I'm thinking, oh, I've got that orange label. This bad boy doesn't make it on the page. And I know I have the orange label, and that's originally why I went into my embellishment case, but I just didn't even go for it. Like I don't even think I pulled it out. But I am trying all kinds of different embellishments and things to be held here, because this does feel like a bit of an awkward gap over here where my planes are. So I need to kind of figure out what's going to go there to just make it not feel so very awkward. And then I'm like, okay, this has some orange on it. This might work. So I have the orange over here. So I'm thinking, yeah, the orange needs to come in. And this is me just trying to figure out where I'm going to bring that orange in from. Because I really don't, like I said, want to cut off that bit of orange sun. So I find these stickers, and these are from Amy Tangerine, and it says, let's go on an adventure. And it also has this key. Now I put the key back, but I was totally okay with using a key, even though you might not necessarily think about keys in that way. Now these oranges don't all match, so they are not all the exact same orange, but I'm okay with that. I'm just bringing in varying shades of it. And now let's go on an adventure. It looks more like a red orange, and like I said, I'm okay with that. Now these stars from Bella Boulevard, I think were left over from another kit. I think they were last month's. They were in last month's kill kit. So I just used them all up, which makes me excited. I used every single one of them up. So I went ahead and ditched the packaging there, and now I'm just trying to figure out like what the heck I'm doing. Now the top of my page isn't very exciting, and I need to make that exciting. So I just layered up some of the wild asparagus tabs and put that up there. And I've really covered up a lot of the globe, and you really can't even tell which portion of the globe I am like showcasing. You just don't see it, and I'm okay with that. I decided I better actually put some adhesive down. Don't know why I didn't adhere it to begin with. I usually am a throw adhesive down and make it happen type girl. Whew, okay. I had to stop the video, had a little bit of a sneeze fest there. So what I'm doing is adding some foam squares to the back of this, and I am using my little foam squares because they fit great with how small the piece of paper is, and I'm just popping them off. Now I am being very good in putting the backers right into my little trash can that I have there on the page instead of just tossing them. Because when I really go at it and things start flying, like it's a mess, people, like it's a mess. I'm using some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive on the back of this word. It says amazing. I'm pretty sure this came in a Freckled Fawn kit from years ago. So I'm just going to go ahead and overlap that. And I really like how that star kind of nestles in the G. So I have this vellum heart that I keep wanting to use. And you don't really see it because it is definitely not that visible on the white map print, but for some reason I keep wanting to use it. I'm thinking about putting it over top of the photo just a little bit so you can actually see it. I'm just trying to like figure this out. I really like how the geotag nestles kind of like right on the edge of that orange circle. And I'm just trying to figure out what else I can do to just make this page a little bit more exciting. And I do know I have plenty of travel theme stuff, guys, so it's not like, oh no, when am I ever going to figure this out? So I add ready to go, and then I add that little puffy shiny geotag over here. And I feel like geotags are something you can just keep on adding. Now here I could decide to go with the puffy airplane on the circle, and that was because I was adding in that shiny white in the other areas in the page, so I felt like I needed to add it in there as well. Now my ATG decided to gunk up on me. It decided to spin around and get into itself. And I know that I have had previous commenters say it's because my ATG is not rolled correctly, or put on the roll correctly, like I've got it on backwards. But I have two ATGs, and I've had them for many years, and it is always the red one that messes up. So I don't know if like the settings are out of whack, like if there's some way to adjust it. But it is the red one that does that, and I doubt very seriously that I always load the pink one correctly and the red one incorrectly. Like that just seems a little weird to me. But it's just the way it is. So I might, oh, okay, so I'm touching the ATGs right now, and I'm discovering that the little rubber rollers feel different on each one. So maybe I need to adjust that a little bit. Anyway, we'll figure that out. So I have amazing, I have the stars going on. I removed the star from the top, so I needed something else up at the top that was orange, so I went ahead and added the little chipboard piece there. And it's going to say amazing something, and I've got to figure out what it's going to say. I'm trying to bring in more stickers, more versions of the orange, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, this is just about done. Like there's not a whole lot more that I want to add on to this page. I feel like I've got plenty of embellishment. So I'm thinking about putting amazing planes, but I really don't like how the letters would sit. Like it's not, like I don't like the gap. So I'm going to put those back and not worry about it. And then what I'm going to do is find these tile stickers, and they are going to be in orange. And I just decide that I am going to span the two descenders, the Z and the G, and I'm going to span across there. And what am I doing? Oh, there we go. I'm going to use a little bit of this foam tape to have a base for those letters. So I go ahead, peel that off, and then planes are going right across there. Now do I have the right letters? That's the problem. Yep, I do. I don't think I had any S's left. So amazing plane, and it goes all the way across the descenders, and to me that looks so much better than if it was below the word completely. So I am happy with that one. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle, not a whole lot, but a little bit. So I put down with my Spectrum Noir glitter pen, I put that down there on the wood veneer, and then I'm going to put it on the orange kind of sun, and then I'll put it up top on that orange triangle. And I think that is where, oh, I'm going to do the little matte part as well. And I believe, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.